KRBE.
If you know the 3-digit extension of the...
All right, let's hit it.
Now time for Rule and Ryan's prank call.
I love these telemarketer turnarounds and you get so many of them, Kevin.
Well, Special K is the star of the show when it comes to this portion of the Rule and Ryan show because it started out as prank calls. You could contact him at krbe.com. He uses a talk-to-text robot voice, and you can really get to somebody's boiling point. But now the calls come to him.
It's been incredible and annoying, the amount of calls I get on my Google Voice line, because my T-Mobile line, they have kind of stopped that.
They're just all over the place. When I try and check the listener line, my God, even our listener line's getting inundated with these spammer calls.
Oh, my favorite is, hi, can you hear me? Oh, this is Amanda, and I'm calling you about, or they're like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I want to take 2 seconds of your time to let you know, blah, blah. I'm like, click.
And some of it starts with AI. I want to say that this is either a recording or it's AI that it starts me on. But here's what's up. They're trying to sell me on final expenses today. And what I got from one of our listeners at 37530 is a statement to say over and over and over to them. And that is, let me check my calendar. Now, of course, I have a physical calendar in front of me that I will be paging through. Okay. And at the end, towards the end, I'm going to try to put the telemarketer on hold and tell someone on the other line that there's a SOB here trying to sell me something. Now, I know that I'm not clicking over, and they're hearing what I say. So here's what happens when they call me and I hit record.
Yes.
Well, the purpose of my call is to inform you that the state has recently approved a new final expense whole life insurance. So would you like to learn more about it?
Yes, sir. Hold on, let me check my calendar.
Cool. Let me ask you this. Are you between the age of 40 and 80?
Thank you so much for holding on the line. This is David. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm okay. The gentleman said I'm dying.
What's happened, ma'am? Why you're dying?
He told me I need to sign up for a funeral.
Exactly, ma'am. You have to sign up for the insurance policy. So whenever the time comes, you will have a peace of mind and sense of security that you are fully covered to cover your end-of-life expenses.
Oh, God. Well, hold on. Let me check my calendar.
Because we don't.
Hold on.
Because, ma'am, we don't know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me check my calendar first. This one goes up to 2024, so I assume I have until then?
Ma'am, the thing here is that we don't know when we have a cup of tea with a god, right?
What? Hold on, let me check my calendar. The doctor gave me 8 months. Hello?
Switch me.
Thanks for holding. This is Maria from Final Expense Department. How are you doing today?
Final Expense Department.
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good, ma'am. Thanks for asking me. So we are an independent insurance brokerage working with 40 top A-rated insurance companies, licensed in 48 states, helping about more than 3,000 families a year.
I mean, I understand y'all are something else. You don't have to brag. Yep.
How old are you, ma'am? What's your age?
Let me check my calendar first. Yes, ma'am. I'm 61.
Okay, and just to pull out the rates from your local area, what's your zip code?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. My daughter's on the other line. Just 1 second. Hold on.
She's still there.
Hey, Sandra, this dummy's on the other line trying to sell me final expenses. Says I'm going to die. Hold on for a second. I'll get her off. She's something else. Hold on. You there?
Oh, God, that was so fun. I forgot to even count how many times you said it.
I did too. Usually we
I didn't even count how many times you said it. Oh, my God.
I'm going to die.
Let me check my calendar.
It only goes up to 20.
Because the first guy was in the middle of talking when he switched it to the next guy. This is so crazy.
Yeah,
It's kept dropping you off to the next person.
I really got handed off in that call. But you can always tell. It goes...
check my calendar.
You're right. I think the first was an AI pre-screener. And then they kicked you. I mean, God, they're in a cubicle farm somewhere in another country.
So amazing.
And once you say yes, it's like, oh yeah.
How old are you?
Start reeling
Once they
it
hear
in.
your voice like that, they're like, yes, this is going to be a sale.
By the way, that's a very
Take her
elderly sounding
home.
60-year-old.
But that's what's funny about it, because clearly he's not 60. He sounds like in their 80s.
Also, they always ask me how old I am, and I just throw a number out there, and they're like, well, what year was that? Oh, gosh, I don't remember. Because then I got to do math, and I'm like, crap. Okay.
KRBE.com/prank call requests. You can always get with Kevin if you want to prank somebody in your life. If not, he's got plenty of people calling him to fill the airwaves with plenty of these robocalls with a telemarketer turn. That's so fun. I cannot believe we forgot to count how many times you did.
I know, but it was just so
we'll replay
funny.
again later in the show. We'll count
them.
Okay. Coming up next, if somebody's looking for some closure, you go to us at KRBE.com as well. If you're looking for somebody who dropped out of your life, whether it was romantically, like you got ghosted after 1 date, 2 dates, or months of dating, or you've just lost track of someone you'd like to find and you just can't find them, we do the work for you. That's what we call it, closure. That's what we give you. We give you closure next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
They were in your life at one point, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're gone. You want some answers.
Closure is where you're going to get those answers. If you go to KRBE.com and you tell us what happened, what the story's all about, we do our best to get in touch with the person you're looking for and ask questions. So go to KRBE.com if you're looking for closure. Rachel is going to be the person we're helping today. So let's welcome her now. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning,
Hi,
Rachel.
Rachel.
So who do you need closure with this morning?
Oh, I need closure from this guy named Ed. I dated him 5 dates in a span of a month. And I thought he was this wonderful person. I thought we really had a connection. We both had similar schedules, really busy during the week. So on the weekends, we wanted to just let loose and have fun. And he was just great, like a great listener, just everything really, and talking about future plans, all that kind of stuff.
That's pretty serious. In the course of a month, you're talking about a future together?
Yes, we met on an app, so I thought we matched up beforehand with a lot of similar interests. And so he just really sweet talked to me because he just seemed just perfect, even getting very intimate. He was like, whenever you're ready, no pressure, but obviously there's amazing chemistry and it's going to be the most incredible thing.
You guys did sleep together.
We did, the last time I ever heard from him again.
When did this all happen? Like, when did you guys start dating?
It's going on about 7 months.
Oh, my God.
Wait
You
a
still want
second.
to track this guy down?
Hold on. It's been 7 months since a one-night stand basically ghosted you.
Is that what happened? He just wanted to get in your pants
And then,
Do a little dance?
Yeah, get a little dance.
out the door?
Outdoor tonight.
Yes. I mean, that is obviously what happened because it took me a couple of days to realize, I sent out a little text, something, and then he blocked me on everything, all his social media, everything.
Man, is this like the thing that people do now,
That's a ghost.
Rachel? Like every single time we have a closure, they get blocked. Is this the new way to date? You sleep with somebody, you block them on socials? Because if anything, you kind of want to know where they are so you don't run into them. Why is everybody blocking so
If
many
anything,
people?
I'd put Life 360 on so I'd see where they're at.
Exactly.
And then I'd go the other
Oh my
way.
gosh. I've been trying to get in touch with him. I need a certain kind of
Well, I
closure.
used a
with
creative
this
way to
person.
get to find him. He had it private for his social media and stuff, but the stuff I can do, I can find out family members, I can find out people, and that's how I got a
Eric
hold of
feels
him.
like a wizard.
I'm like a PI.
Okay, let's get Ed on the phone for you, Rachel, so we can see what the story is. I mean, it's nice that he agreed to be standing by for this. And let's get him on now. Good morning, Ed. Thank you for joining the Rule and Ryan Show.
Hey, morning.
Well, Ed, you heard all that. Is that the case? Did you just get what you want and ghost?
I'm not going to use the word ghost, but I heard her story. I mean, there was one little thing that didn't quite work for me. She said we had this chemistry, but there wasn't any. And people date for a little while, like you're trying to fit a round peg into a square hole.
So you're saying it was bad, bad in bed.
Oh, the chemistry in the bedroom.
I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say things didn't quite work the way we thought they would work.
Can I understand for Rachel then, and as a woman, because Rachel said there was lots of chemistry leading up to that 5th date where y'all decided to, get physical. So did you also feel chemistry up until that point, and then you didn't have chemistry on that last date after the act? Or are you talking about you didn't feel chemistry from the start, but you just thought you'd sample.
No, I mean, think of it as like a 5-course dinner, right? Sometimes the appetizer isn't that good.
Oh, my God. You're not using a food metaphor, are you?
Well, think about it. I like gazpacho, but I don't want gazpacho every day of the week.
You're really coming off as a bigger jerk than I actually thought you were. That last weekend we saw each other, we even saw each other twice, and I felt like looking back that he was really trying to close the deal at that point. I mean, after about 4 or 5 dates, if there is something there, and you're saying it was so terrible, the sex, that you were just like, everything else means nothing, and I don't believe that. We did it more than once that night. I'm pregnant, Ed.
What now?
Okay.
Why didn't you tell us that?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
And you're absolutely the father, Ed, because I confided in you. You know that I had a serious relationship that ended 3 years ago, and you were my first. And that was a lot of why you were kind of saying, I'm patient. I know you haven't been with anyone in 3 years, and I really wanted a connection with someone. And so that's it.
Whoa, Ed, you're going to be a daddy.
No. Hang on.
What do you mean, no? She's pregnant.
First of all, what amounted to kind of like a one-night stand, you decided to keep it. That's what we're getting.
You know what a one-night stand is, Ed? Is when you're at the bar, you're having fun with some friends, you feel a kind of connection that night, and you go back with someone or you have them over, and then the next day you're like, you know what, that was really fun. Thank you. Maybe I'll see you around, but that's a one-night stand. You gave me the impression that we were actually building something. I know it was only a month, but, I mean, it was such a blatant disregard of my feelings or me as a human being. I don't want anything from you, Ed. We can definitely do a paternity test, and all I ask is that you contribute monetarily, but you don't have to see.
Ed, why are you laughing? If you fathered a child, you're going to be responsible, right?
Like a nervous laugh or something?
I'm a little caught off guard here.
Obviously, I mean everybody is.
I just finished a workout, and I was getting ready to go to work. I had a whole other plan for this day.
I mean, it has to be shocking.
Of course it is.
I'm sure Rachel had other plans with her life, too. She didn't plan on getting pregnant and having a deadbeat
and
just disappear.
She's trying to get a hold of you, too, for months.
Yeah. But we could have made some adjustments.
You ghosted her. She's been looking for you for so long.
Wow. And then you took this to the radio. Awesome.
Listen, Ed, people come to us because they can't find the person they're looking for.
We have connections and we have ways to find people.
Yeah, I mean, look, if she had not come to us, Ed, she still would not be able to even let you know. Don't you want to know that you fathered a child that's out there? Or in 10 years, when you've moved on with your life, you do an ancestry
23andMe. Some kid does 23andMe.
Pops up. I mean, come on. She really wanted you to know. You deserve to know.
And she's
much
dad.
I don't think she wanted me to know. I think she wanted some money is what she wanted. I don't think
you
she
are
wanted
responsible.
me to know.
It wouldn't matter. She'd get it anyway, the money, because you're the father.
You're responsible, dude.
Okay, Ryan and crew, you all going to pay for the DNA test?
No, you do.
Why are you?
What the hell
Why would any of us pay?
Yeah, you're the one.
I mean, you said you got connections.
Well, to find people.
That's to find people.
I don't.
Eric's a wizard.
You can find
I'm a wizard, not a banker.
Okay, listen, the bottom line is here, obviously you got to take this off the air, but Ed, yes, it's a big surprise bomb we did not know coming. And from what we understand, what Rachel told us, had you guys kept dating and she found out she's pregnant, y'all would have had like an adult conversation about what to do next. But you ghosted her. She's been looking for you for 7 months. She's about to have this baby. Surprise! You're going to be a daddy.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. This has really been a wonderful morning for me. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this. I really, really do.
At first I was thinking, why are you chasing this guy after 7 months? What's the big deal? No, now I know it is a very big deal.
Makes sense now.
So, Rachel, thanks for listening to our show. I'm glad we could help you out. And let us know what happens, okay? Take care.
I will. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really. Thanks a lot, Rachel.
Oh, my God. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Okay, hold on.
This is going to be a bad phone call.
Hold on. We got to go off.
Y'all take care.
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
One texter is like, and when I ask the question, is what people do now, they block. This guy says, yes, Rula. Once we get in their pants, we go. Exclamation point. Not looking for a relationship, but still got needs. I will say whatever it takes to get it. Says this guy whose number starts with an 832. Just kidding.
Are you kidding
I got
me?
this guy's number in your phone.
Oh my God.
Put you on blast. You will say anything, whatever it takes. You only want to go for the one and done every single time you meet someone.
Just use an app if that's the case.
Oh, God, I just can't with people.
Why would you mislead somebody, though? I mean, that's what I don't get. These guys that want to sweet talk.
Well,
There
they
are apps for that.
mislead them for exactly what this guy said. You mislead somebody because you're trying to get the physical and get the heck out of there. Man's got needs,
But
apparently.
if you just get on like Tinder or something, you can just, hey, put
It's
that
the
in your
same
profile.
thing. You
like,
meet
hey, just looking for a hookup.
Yeah, that's what you should do. You should put in your profile that you are a one and done, and that's all you care for. There are girls that will probably take you up on that, dude. All right. Go to the listener line at 713-278-VENT. That's 8368 on your phone. If you have experienced something similar to this. Coming up next, we're going to do some scoop. And there, we talked about this a little bit, but I'm going to bring it back around because we got people get real excited about Christmas. They get really excited about Christmas. I love Christmas, but there is a Christmas cruise coming that even I still can't get on board. But maybe Kevin can be your cruise director. We'll talk about it next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
Music, TV, and all things Hollywood.
Rula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
All right, I want to remind you guys that tomorrow is 713 Day. That means July 13th. 713, we celebrate all things Houston all day on KRBE. If you're newer to our city, and when I say newer, you either moved here within a year or 10 years. Sometimes I say if you've lived here longer than 10 years,
changing.
you could be like a native because you remember things before they changed, because they change all the time. We are going to be giving you all the things you need to know about this city. We're kind of going to be like a Houston 101 all day tomorrow on KRBE. We celebrate 713 Day. Why do you love Houston so much? Why do we love Houston so much, and what you need to know about our great city. Also, don't forget the Summer of 2020 Free is going to hook you up today right after the Rapid Fire Quiz for Neo tickets. We have so many things to give you today. Neo tickets up for grabs at 8 o'clock. We can do the Rapid Fire Quiz, and then a chance for $10,000 with the Summer of 2020 Free. Now, it is if you're newer to the show, you may not know this about me, but I've said this many times. I am not someone who cruises. I had a chance to cruise one time, and I backed out on the day of the cruise.
You've never been on a cruise?
Backed out the day of the cruise?
The day of the cruise.
Wait,
man.
why?
Wow.
Who'd you stiff?
Well, here's the reason I had is I had leg surgery 4 weeks before the cruise took off. And when I booked the cruise, I didn't know I had to have leg surgery. So I was so freaked out because the night before we were going to leave, so 2 nights before I was going to leave, I was talking to a friend about, we were just at dinner, and one of my friends is a doctor. He's like, "Oh God, cruises, you're going to get totally bacteria infection."
Bacteria infection? Why are you going to get a bacteria infection?
That to me, he was like, "Oh, I hate cruises. Oh God, you're gonna get sick, and there's doctors on the board. Oh God, they're gonna have to take care of you, and we stuck out there at sea." He freaked me out, and I go, "What are you saying? You know you're gonna ruin me, right?" And he did, because the morning of, I was telling my husband, I go, "I'm just really freaked out. Like, what if we just like stuck in the middle of the ocean somewhere and something bad happens with my leg? I don't know.
So who are you going with?
Are we going or not? It was me, my sister, her husband, my husband. It was the first year I was married.
So the rest of them went without you?
No, my husband stayed. And
but I mean your sister went.
Oh yeah, my sister and her husband went, but we had we were so excited to make it like a thing. Like we had adjoining rooms so that we could have a bigger kind of suite and just really make it an event. And I was like, nah,
how's your leg going to get infected on a cruise?
I don't know. I heard all these crazy things about what happens. I was scared, Ryan. I was scared.
And so did you get your money back, or was that?
I had travel insurance. And because I had the leg surgery, I had medical documentation to show that this is legit. I didn't just make this up. Anyway, I have never cruised since. And I always said, if I'm ever going to cruise, maybe it'll be a Disney cruise. Because, kids will love that. And I hear how clean and amazing and awesome they are. So there is a cruise for you Christmas lovers of the Hallmark Channel. I love Christmas, but even a Christmas cruise, well, maybe that would. If I was a Hallmark girl, maybe. I do love Christmas. Can you imagine the whole cruise being all Christmas all the time?
Merry Christmas.
No.
Ho,
yes.
ho, ho.
The Hallmark Channel is launching their first ever Christmas-themed cruise to the Bahamas, November of 2024. They'll have panels with the stars of all the Christmas specials and shows and movies that you love. They'll have cookie decorating and crafts and wine tastings, even a movie premiere of a never before seen Hallmark Christmas movie. They'll even do Christmas karaoke. So amazing.
Wow.
All the Hallmarkies can jump on board. They say, leave your
God.
puffy jacket and grab your Christmas spirit and passion for Hallmark Channel movies as we set sail on the most heartwarming holly jolly experience on the high seas. Sign-ups for the pre-sale are open until July 19th. And the bookings officially open on the 21st. If you'd like to be part of the Hallmark Channel Christmas Cruise for the first time, go to hallmarkchannelcruise.com.
And it's on the Norwegian Gem, which is a beautiful ship, and Norwegian is a great line.
You know, I'm surprised that nobody's done something like the Nutcracker Market at sea.
Well, then you're going to go broke for good. You go broke for like the first 2 days. It's like
isn't that the objective of all cruise ships? They want to take your money.
And that's different. You're not there to shop.
Yeah, what are you going to do with all your stuff? Go back and put it in your room, and then you have to lug it out.
It's just you make a purchase, and then when you get, they have it all in the cargo hold, and when it's time to, get off the ship, boom,
just make
memories.
Just
load it up.
I've never gone cruising either, and I don't think I have any interest.
I don't have any interest in it either. I did it once. I did it one time, but the thing I don't like is that you're stuck on the boat at night. You really don't, and you've got to be back on that ship at 5:00. You don't have a lot of time to explore the local places that you see.
Actually, that's a good point. Maybe that's also what turned me off before the leg surgery thing, because when I was in my 20s, and, newsflash, I'm Greek, I go to Greece a lot to see my family. And when I would go to the islands, I'd always see the cruisers. The cruisers always were in a rush to get back to the ship. Yes. And I'm like, oh, my God, you guys don't even get to have, the nightlife tonight? Oh, my God, it's so fun here. And the cruisers were always like, we got to get back on the ship. It's going to leave us because y'all cruise in the nighttime. So you never got the full experience of, to me, the cruisers never got to see the real Greek island nightlife ever.
Some ships do stay in port late, and I was on one of those ships. It stayed so late in Puerto Rico, it didn't leave till midnight. We were able to go to a nightclub, me, my little brother, and my neighbor who went with us, and she was like my brother's age. Well, we are literally running to the ship. We hear the horn. The horn means that's it. Pull the gangway. We're gone. Don't you know they had to put the gangway back down? That was the second time that's happened to me.
Wow.
The first time was in Barbados because I was detained with my little brother. They thought we were stealing cigars. No, we were not.
Of course you were.
It was weed. And they had to put the gangway back down again. My mom didn't hear the story till afterwards because she was already freaking out that she couldn't find me and my brother when we were leaving Puerto Rico.
Oh my God.
Make sure you give yourself time to get back on the ship.
I'm saying it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure. I want to be relaxed on vacation. Do things at my own leisurely pace.
But days at sea are so cool because there's so many things on these ships.
It's like a mall that you're floating at sea.
Yeah, it's like a hotel. It's like a Vegas hotel.
Yes, that is true. It is a floating city. I've seen that whole thing on Netflix, which was fascinating. I can't remember what it was called, Kevin, I think. Or maybe it was Amazon Prime. It was a big cruise liner. I can't remember the name of the cruise line. It wasn't Royal Caribbean or Carnival. It was a European one. And they show you a day in the life of the cruise ship.
Yes.
The staff, the food, the everything from the laundry to how they even compact your bathroom stuff. It was crazy how the cruise ship turns over 6,000 people in
a couple
an hour
hours. Yeah.
To get okay, you guys get off.
I'm back
the
on.
next people are coming on. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And they clean everything. It's really fascinating, but I'm not ready to be on it yet.
Wait,
I'm getting close to wanting to be on it, but not yet.
Had the poop cruise happened yet when you canceled? Remember the floating barge?
No, it had not happened yet. And then that's not really what they called it, but it was when, unfortunately, the fire,
Yeah,
burned the engine.
I believe it was the Destiny, which they renamed, I think, the Vista, because it had such a bad name to it.
Yeah, they had completely retooled that whole
scrub
ship.
the name off. Put a new one on there.
Somebody texted us yesterday. Somebody texted us yesterday. They were on that, and I said, you should call in for Believe It or Not, because I think that we need a regroup on a real first-person experience of what it was like to be stuck on there. But you're just floating out there with no
power.
Help for how many days? I think it was 5 days.
People were going in.
I know people who were on that, but I
hall.
didn't get a sit-down dinner with them to be like, they were just saying, oh my God, it was horrible. Because think of how people freak out in these situations where you think the food is going to run out, or anytime there's a natural disaster, it's looting and stuff.
Why did it take so long for them to get off?
She was saying that when she got her sun beach chair on the deck, it was like every man for himself. You have to stay on that beach deck because it was so hot in the room. Yes. They were in a room that was on the internal part, so it was real claustrophobic. They had no porthole. They had no patio, balcony. So she was like, oh my God, that sun chair was it was like Lord of the Flies. It was like, give my sun chair. Do not leave the sun chair. It's like your territory.
But it really hasn't happened again.
Right.
So, and you asked why it took so long, because they were so far out to sea and they did not want to put people in lifeboats because that could be a little more dangerous. If you don't have to get off that big old ship, it's probably best that you stay on there.
Yeah, there are 3,143 passengers on that ship.
They call it the high seas for a reason. You know, you're going to get rocked and rolled in those lifeboats. But now they have these small boutique cruises. There's different companies that have made these tiny ships. And my mom just went on one, and they go to tiny places like the Galapagos Islands.
Cool.
And so if you want an adventure cruise, now they have those. They even go to Antarctica now.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Very cold. Don't bring your bikini for that one. All right, now that we know that Tom Cruise can do everything, he basically saved the movie theater industry with Top Gun Maverick by getting people back in the theaters. He is now thinking of his next big thing. And, you know, for years we've heard that Tom Cruise does all his own stunts. The insurance on him for his movies is crazy. He's very physical as an actor. He looks amazing for 60 years old. Was he 61 now?
I think he's 61 now.
Well, there is a space set movie that he would like to be a part of where he'd be one of the first actors to actually do a production in space. You have all these celebrities going up in those Amazon and Richard Branson rockets.
He talked about this a couple of months ago about doing this.
Yeah. He still has to finish making Dead Reckoning Part 2 for Mission Impossible. But he said that he definitely can see getting back to that. And
He's the one guy that could pull it off because he's got the clout to do it.
Even the directors that work with him say it too. They're like, this guy can do anything. And, you know, Tom Cruise is such an interesting... I don't know what
because we know so little about his personal life. You know, it's so guarded with his Scientology.
Well, we know a lot about his personal life. You just label it Scientology, and that's the personal life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People have their assumptions about that, but it's very interesting. I don't know how to really describe Tom Cruise. He is a superstar, but his Tom Cruise shininess isn't the same as it was back in like 95 or 2000 because everyone's like, oh my God, Tom Cruise.
Well,
but then ever since the whole Katie Holmes thing happened and then the Scientology stories.
I think a big part of it was he literally divorced his wife like 1 week before their 10-year mark. Remember Nicole Kidman?
Right. People almost forget that even happened. That Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were married for 10 years. It's like you forget that Ben Affleck and Gwyneth Paltrow dated.
Yep, nope.
You forget that Ben Affleck and Brad Pitt almost got married. And Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz dated for 5 years.
Whoa.
It's so weird. You're like, what? You used to date who now?
Yeah.
Like, Cameron Diaz was married to what? Is it Benji Madden or his twin that she's married to?
One of the guys from Good Charlotte.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The Madden boys.
The Madden boy.
The Madden boy. The Madden boy.
I have to correct my story. It was the Triumph that went adrift, and it's been changed to the Carnival Sunrise. So if you ever get on the Sunrise and you smell smoke, well, that's what's from.
Stop it, Kevin. You're trying to shake that
I thought you were going to say smell poop.
I will cruise one day.
Time for the Rula and Ryan Show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
All right, it is brought to you by Duncan. We have a heat advisory. It's going to feel like 115 today, and that's going to go till 7 p.m. Bank of America must reimburse customers more than $100 million and pay more than $150 million in fines for double dipping on overdraft fees. They also withheld reward bonuses on credit cards and opening accounts without customer consent. Bank of America will need to refund $100 million to customers, pay $90 million in penalties to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and $60 million to the Office of Comptroller of Currency. Now, they're not the only ones that have done this. Remember a couple years ago, Wells Fargo had this problem?
But Wells Fargo's whole thing, there's a Netflix thing about money explained, and they do, I'm sorry, about the Dirty Money. It's called Dirty Money. They do an entire episode on the Wells Fargo scandal. The Wells Fargo scandal was they had these insane quotas the employees had to hit every day or every week, and they would feel so stressed out that they would get fired or demoted if they didn't get the quotas. They would call up their friends. Like if Sam worked at Wells Fargo back in the day and we were all friends, she'd be like, okay, listen, Rula, I just need you to open up like an account in your name. I'm going to tell you I'm going to open up the account in your name just so I can put you on my quota list, and then I'll close it, okay? Can I do that? And you'd be like, yeah, I guess I'll help you out. And they were doing this over and over and over again, and that's how they were bilking up all their members. And then sometimes they would just open it without telling anybody. So I don't know how close to that.
Well, here's what happened with Bank of America. Bank of America had a policy of charging customers $35 after a bank declined a transaction because the customer didn't have enough funds in the account. Now, they determined that the bank was double dipping by allowing fees to be repeatedly charged for the same transaction. So they'd get, like if that transaction
my question is, how do
declined,
I know they did that to me?
Well, if you're a Bank of America customer and you've got that credit card, you might want to call them and find out.
I feel like unless you are fine-tooth combing every single charge, which you should be, but sometimes you kind of look at it like a ballpark. Like, okay, I know I don't know if I would have seen the Bank of America charge if it was random. Like, I don't know what I would see. I guess is it on the statement or is it on the credit card statement? Is it on the bank statement or the credit card statement? Credit card statement, I'd probably see it.
Yeah.
The bank statement, I'm not sure. I'd probably be like, okay, this is my Bank of America
So you
statement.
gotta look at your stuff. You gotta
look at the
really
total and say,
review those
let me see what my
statements.
money is. So how do we know if we've been affected? Like, is it class action? We each get like $12?
There's going to be something coming out where we can get in on this suit because I've been with Bank of America for like over 20 years, and I feel like they owe me.
Yeah, they do.
But the thing is, like a lot of these banks, I mean, yeah, they get fined these huge fines, but it's like a slap on the wrist to them. If you're making $1 billion and you get fined $100 million, you're still $900 million ahead.
Right.
All right, that's what's going down in H-Town.
Time for the rapid fire quiz, y'all. We have got Neo tickets up for grabs. Neo's going to be at the Smart Financial Center on September 29th, and we have a chance for you to win a pair of tickets if we win for you. If we answer the questions correctly, it is 4 contestants. 1 to play along with me, I'm Rula. 1 to play along with Special K. 1 to play along with Sam, and 1 to play along with Ahmad. Ryan's going to be asking the trivia questions for the rapid fire quiz. 713-390-KRBE is our phone number. Call us right now if you want to get in on this game on the Rule and Ryan Show.